So Dave, you talk a lot about ethics, and ethics has really been a keystone of your leadership and the importance of ethics in the whole ICMA membership. Could you talk a little bit about what you found to be the keys for people learning and following good ethical practices?
That's a great question. One of the hallmarks of ICMA and why we exist is our code of ethics. It's the standard by which we demonstrate our commitment to a community and our sense of integrity, and it's what gives us the credibility to be able to do the work that we do. And there's a lot of ways that our members can help themselves and refresh themselves in terms of ethics and to create an ethical organization. Part of it is simply to create an expectation of a culture of ethics in your organization, and that means walking the talk. It means that people are watching everything you do, and so when you make a decision, you really need to make that knowing that people are watching everything you do, your employees. What are you willing to stop doing? What are you willing to say, we won't do that? Are you willing to make those hard decisions? A lot of us have the ICMA Code of Ethics and put it on the wall so that when people come into the office, they see that Code of Ethics, and we talk about it, and we train to it, and we hire to it, and we promote to the Code of Ethics. All of those things are part of building an organizational culture. It's really about how we treat each other, how we treat our citizens, and how we behave when times get tough. Because in these difficult times, folks have a temptation to cut corners, to do things maybe a little bit differently than they've done in the past. And we need to guard against cutting corners and doing anything that even looks like it might not be appropriate. Because actually the appearance of misconduct is just as bad as any kind of misconduct that any of our members could have. So it's not just what we do, it's how it appears. So we're really careful about that. We really work hard to make sure that we have the highest level of integrity here at ICMA.
You've done a lot of work in training on ethics around the country, maybe around the world. What have you found as some good techniques to encourage ethical behavior and to have people wrestle with the ethical issues that they may confront?
It's actually one of the things I enjoy the most, and what I have tried to do is to make it fun. And as you may know, we've done one called The Ethical Apprentice, where I dress up like Donald Trump, and we actually go through ethical scenarios where the teams actually act out a scenario. So you make it a lot of fun. I dressed up like Judge Wapner, and we'll do the ethics court. We've done Survivor. In fact, I went to American Samoa and did a ethical survivor series with the Samoan local government folks, and it was amazing. We had an amazing time. It was a great session, and it was a learning session. And by doing the role play, by actually working through some cases, it helps people at least think about the kinds of ethical lapses that happen, the kind of challenges that we face every day, and helps them find the tools that they need to address them when they do come up.
And if people wanted some guidance about ethical questions or something that's coming up and they're not sure how to handle, what are some resources from ICMA that you would direct them to?
Well, the first thing is Martha Perego. Martha Perego is our ICMA ethics advisor. And what we always say, it's always better to call before you make that crucial decision than to try to get help after you've made an ethical lapse. Martha is there. She'll get back to you within 24 hours. And you can either email her mperego@icma.org or give her a call at 202-962-3668. It's amazing that I remember that number just off the top of my head, but again, Martha is our first point of contact. Or, we have senior advisors in our states, we have range riders. Make sure you talk to somebody, but make sure you get some advice before you make those hard decisions.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Don.